we continue talking about self-improvement and productivity and why it should be on everybody's mind. Personally, I think it should be priority number one. The more you improve yourself, the more productive you become, the better a person you become, towards yourself and towards others. Improving yourself only makes you your own greatest asset. In this video, I continue talking about Benjamin Franklin's 13 virtues and how they've helped me to become the person I am today, and how they keep on helping me to improve myself and become more productive. Welcome everybody. This is Bill Mulenga. We're going to talk about the last 5 of the 13 virtues of Benjamin Franklin. And before I continue, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, watch, like, and share with others. In the previous 2 videos, I talked about the first 8 of Benjamin Franklin's 13 virtues. In this video, I complete that with the last 5. If you haven't seen the first 2 videos, I'll put the link in the description below so you can have a chance to watch them. We should be sure to balance everything and practice moderation at all times. We live in a culture that is so filled with extremes, religiously, personally, as a society. There's so many extremes, but we know that extremes are rarely the answer. Almost every form of extreme that we've experienced, either through ourselves, through others, through the media, has always led to bad results. Something bad always comes out of it. Extremes somehow close our minds to reason, but moderation creates a balance in our lives that we desperately need. No matter how much our culture pushes us towards extremes, we should always fight to strike a balance. Practice moderation in all parts of our lives. As the saying goes, cleanliness is next to godliness. We should make sure that we're clean in body, in clothes, and in habitation. The person should be well kept. Being clean or practicing cleanliness shows that you do pay attention to details and you have discipline. You respect others as much as you respect yourself. We should always care for ourselves and the environment that we live in. Sometimes our outlook is a lot more important than we can imagine. Even though they say never judge the book by its cover, some people are judged by the way they are looked. We judge people by the way they look. We pick our representatives by the way they look. We vote for people by the way they look. We choose our friends sometimes by the way they look. So the way we keep ourselves, the way we keep ourselves clean and where we come from, the way we keep our surroundings clean, in most of the cases determines who we are. We all experience stress, and I believe the pandemic has made it even worse. But we should always remember to keep our cool and not be stressed by little things or things that are beyond our control. You can only do so much. Your hand can only stretch as far as it can go. Beyond that, it's out of your control. Stressing over little things or things that are beyond our control does more harm to ourselves than good. I have actually already explained in my video about worry, why we should not worry. In that video, I explore a little bit on the dangers of worry and what it can do to you, your health, and the people around you. Take a look. It's worth it. When you're faced with something that is out of your control, you should learn to find peace and be tranquil. Look within yourself, and if you cannot change it, it's best to just push it aside. Find somebody who can work on it or somebody that can influence it. Or if it cannot be, I think it's better to forget about it. For no matter how much you worry about it, if you cannot do anything about it, it will still remain in the same state. You can only control that which is within your control. Do not let what you cannot control you. Even though times have changed, even though we live in this world today, the premise remains the same, and even so, more relevant. Some things are worth waiting for. And as the saying goes, good things come to those who wait. Be aware of yourself and your actions. Be smart and careful. When we are so consumed with showing off and wanting to be the envy of the town, it has become extremely difficult to be humble and value humility. At all times, it is important to keep our pride in check. We should be careful not to show overconfidence in ourselves or in our actions. That just makes people be very excited to see us fail. Humility brings people closer to us and we become more likable. Everybody loves that humble friend. Humility also better prepares for any challenges that we might face in our lives. We take time, we sit back, we think about everything, then we act. Confident, but just enough. We've all seen those fighters that go into the ring doing all sorts of things, all sorts of crazy stuff, or punching the air and all that, only to be knocked out in the first round. They were too confident in their abilities. And I've also seen this in football or soccer, where a team that everybody expects to win loses to a small team. It's because they underrated them and they were overconfident in their abilities, thinking, we've been on top for so long, this team is a walkover. But that team, the underdog, looks at this as a challenge. For us to move on to the next stage, this is a team to beat. And this happens in our lives as well. People see us become overconfident, lose all humility, and they want to show us what it is to be humble. And the people that are watching, the spectators, are ready to laugh at us once we fail. So to conclude the 13 virtues, we should be focused on improving ourselves. We are the only person that we have full control over. Nobody else. Not our friends, not our children, not our parents, no one. We are the only persons that we have full control over. Improving ourselves and staying productive should be a priority in our minds. In Benjamin Franklin's own words, without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. We should aspire to continually grow and work on our productivities by following the virtues, or at least some cousin of the 13 virtues that we've developed for ourselves or discovered somewhere else. Practicing the virtues deliberately and continuously will help us improve our entire or our overall well-being. And remember, it will be hard, it will be tough. You're changing your habits to become a better person. And we can all attest that changing a habit is never an easy feat. But with deliberate practice every single day, once you fall, you get back up, you will achieve what you most desire. And these virtues, for they are going to change your whole well-being, it might be unwise to tackle them all at once. Tackle them one by one. Once you become comfortable with one virtue, you master it, or whatever level you feel you're comfortable with, you can move on to the next one. But don't forget the previous one. Keep on practicing it. Track your progress every day. And I cannot stress this enough. Repetition, repetition, repetition will get the work done. Thank you, and see you next time.